Hey everybody, happy Sunday! Welcome back to Fabulous Living with Angela Jones. So happy you're back. Hope you've had a great week. I had a good week, very long work week, but I'm having a great weekend, so it's all good. So today, we got Mother's Day in 8 days, people. Do not wait until the last minute to get everything together for your mama. You gotta have it all straight for your mom. But I'm going to help you out today. First up, if you have not subscribed to the blog, please do so. www.fabulousliving.com, where you will get everything that's posted from our shows on Sundays, and then you'll also get additional content on Wednesdays and Fridays, and maybe another day of the week when I feel like writing. Definitely going to get some content out there 3 days a week. So please go there. Speaking of the blog, last Friday I mentioned to you guys to definitely check out the blog because I'll be talking about Mother's Day gifts. So I posted that last Friday as promised, so definitely check that out as a gift guide. What I wanted to do today is I kind of wanted to focus on, I am very mindful that everybody doesn't like to cook. Everybody can't cook. Everybody doesn't want to cook. Sometimes you just want to just be able to grab things and go. So what I am going to put together today is we're going to do a little like afternoon tea spread for your mom, just enough for just the two of you. Maybe a third person can join you, about 2 to 3 people. So it's going to be small. So we're going to put together the tea. We're going to do some finger sandwiches. We're going to do some chicken salad finger sandwiches, and we're going to do some ham and cheese finger sandwiches. And then you're going to be shocked. Hold on to your wigs. We're going to not do everything from scratch today like I normally do. And we're actually going to use some store-bought things because I want, I think sometimes we get so caught up in everything has got to, I am a scratch person. That's how I grew up learning how to bake, because my mother prepared everything from scratch. But sometimes the time is not there to do it. And sometimes certain things, if somebody else that's already their expertise, go on and just buy it, So I went to Whole Foods today and I picked up some lovely tarts and tea cookies and things like that we're going to fill in on our dessert display. I also made some homemade scones. I did not do that on camera because I'm playing around with the recipe, but my son gave me the thumbs up and I really like them too. So we'll look for those on the blog soon, because I want to kind of do another post where it's really going to be more of the details of doing a tea. This is a time, to me, in my mind, from like Mother's Day through the summer, this is really, well, Easter really, throughout until Labor Day, we are entertaining constantly. So teas are perfect for a bridal shower, a baby shower. So you can kind of, expound upon these recipes to make them for a larger crowd. Today, again, we're just focusing on a small little group, of just 2 to 3. Just you, your mom, maybe it's, 3 generations. Then there's your mom, and then maybe your daughter. Just 3 folks just for this little tea here. So we're going to pull that together. And while I'm kind of walking through everything, because everything is going to be kind of self-explanatory, I'm going to share with you some of my other tips for Mother's Day gifts. Because sometimes mom has it all, but I have some other things that I think that are some good gift ideas if you don't want to necessarily give mom anything tangible. So first up, let's get into making this chicken salad. So what I have here is I have 1 cup of shredded chicken breast. Just 1 cup that I've already seasoned with salt and pepper and garlic powder. That's my teapot back there, so I want to make sure that it doesn't go over, so that we can have hot water for our tea later. So I already have it, like I said, seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder. That's all set. Now I'm going to put in just a dollop, and I just kind of like to play around with it first because I don't want it to be, I'm not a huge mayonnaise person, but I love chicken salad. I know that's really weird, but I don't like to have it so it's like too much, you know, like I don't want it too wet, but I don't want it too dry either. I want it just right. So I kind of want to play around with it and make sure and add it as I need it instead of adding too much. So we just kind of want to get that mixed in there. And this is just a boneless chicken breast. A big one, you know, that I shredded up here. Okay. You can add just a little more, just a little, not much. This is going to do it, I think. A little bit more than that. Okay. And I will include my, like a recipe for a larger portion of the chicken salad. I'll include a recipe for that. But like I said, this is just a small portion. And usually this is all I usually make for myself anyway. So kind of just eyeball it. I know y'all get sick of me saying that, but I do. I just eyeball it. So we have that all mixed. And then I have some onion, minced onion. I have just about a tablespoon and a tablespoon of chives. Now normally I wouldn't put chives in my chicken salad, but I wanted some color, one, and I had some chives that I needed to use. And y'all know how I feel about like not wasting anything. So they're getting added in. And that's not an unusual thing to put in chicken salad. I just usually don't put it in mine, but like I said, I needed to use them. So I want to use those up. Then I have a few grapes that I diced, some red grapes, so that adds a little bit of sweetness. And you can also do dried cranberries if you like. And then I have about a tablespoon of almond slices. And I may actually go grab some more almonds because I like it to be really almondy. And again, chicken salad is one of those things I feel you can make it your own. You know, this is kind of like the fancier chicken salad. My mother makes like a traditional chicken salad with, you know, paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onions, and then she puts sweet relish in hers. So I like it that way too. But I thought since we were kind of making these, you know, little fancy chickens, you know, these fancy finger sandwiches, that we just kind of, you know, make it a little fancier. So let me do a taste here. See what we're working with. See if we need to add anything. That's good. Perfect. The only thing, and it's great because it's a good bite, because you bite into that grape, and I'm a pepper junkie, so I'm adding a little more pepper to mine. It's good. You get the crunch of the almond, you get that nice surprise with the grape, and then the nice savoriness of the salad, the chicken salad itself. Good stuff. There. Okay. So now, on to the fun stuff. We're going to assemble. I have to bring this back over. My knife. We're going to assemble the sandwiches. So let's get started with that. So the bread. Now, I'm just doing chicken salad and ham sandwiches today. But you can do this with smoked salmon and pumpernickel. You can use, let's see. You can do thinly sliced cucumbers with like a chive cream cheese and spread those on there. There's so many different variations you can do with the sandwiches. I mean, a lot of different things you can do. You can do a curry chicken salad. I mean, really, there's no limit to what you can do with the filling. You know, I'm just kind of like I'm kind of like basic with it because I don't really love cucumbers and I don't eat seafood, so those things don't work for me. But you can definitely feel free to make whatever, there's so many different, like I said, variations you can try. So one thing for me, the bread, you want fresh bread. And you see, like, I mean, my fingerprints are in this bread because that's how fresh it is. I love it. There's nothing like it. Especially when you make a PB&J. Oh, and you can see your fingerprints in the bread. So good. So good. But today I'm just using some brioche bread because brioche bread is already kind of rich because it's very eggy because it's made with eggs. So it's a nice kind of yellow color, so I thought that would add a little bit of color instead of just using plain white bread. And brioche bread is just bomb. I love it. Now what we're going to do is to keep the filling from making the bread soggy, we're going to add a little bit of melted, softened butter to the insides of the bread. So we're just going to take some butter and just spread it across. Just a thin layer. We don't want it to taste, too buttery, but we want just a thin slather of butter on the bread. Now, you can make these sandwiches ahead of time, and to keep the bread moist and soft, rather. I keep wanting to say moist, but I guess moist, but soft, because you don't want, because these will dry out very fast, as you know when you keep sandwiches out, the bread dries out. But let's say you're making a lot of these for, like I said, a baby shower, or you want to make them the night before for your tea for your mom the next day. All you have to do is assemble the sandwiches, and you can simply take a damp paper towel and cover the sandwiches with damp paper towels and then wrap them in wax paper. And actually, let me show you, because I made one sandwich ahead of time because I didn't want to do a lot of the ham sandwiches. So that's what I did. So this stayed nice and moist. I had my damp paper towel and I had sandwiches, I had it wrapped. And it works nice and soft. And I put this in a little while ago. So you can do that just overnight. Or if you like, you can simply mix everything up, like all your filling, like if you're doing chicken salad, you're doing an egg salad or whatever, you can do that the night before, and then in the morning or the day or right before you're about to serve, then you can assemble everything. But if you're making a lot of them and you want to kind of get them knocked out and out of the way, doing the damp paper towel with the wax paper is a good way to keep them moist. And if you're doing them like in a big, I would do them like in a long, like Rubbermaid container or something. Layer the sandwiches, put the paper towel down, put the wax paper down, put another layer on top, wax paper towel, wax paper. So sandwiches, paper towel, wax paper, another layer. So you can keep them also, they'll all stay moist and they'll all stay nice and fresh until you're ready to serve them the next day. So that's how you can keep those nice and soft. So we don't want to overfill these too, ladies and gents. We don't want them to be too filled because they're little dainty sandwiches. So this is not something you're going to get like, if you're at your local deli when it's going to be, like filled to the brim with chicken salad. We don't want it to be that overstuffed. Just want a nice healthy amount on there, but not too much. I actually may end up taking some off. Let's see, once I get this spread out. This may be okay. All right. Now next, all we want to do is now take a serrated knife and you want to just cut the crust off. You're going to be super fancy schmancy and cut the crust off. Now I failed to tell you guys that you can also add, if you want to add like a little bit of watercress or something to it for some color, you can definitely do that. Arugula. I'm just not an arugula fan or a watercress fan, so I didn't add it. Could have added a little spinach, I guess, or something else to give it some color. But you can feel free to do that. I just chose not to. So we have the one here, and you see it's so soft and it's perfect. And then with the crust off, it's just lovely. It's lovely. It's a lovely little, dainty little sandwich for ladies who, you know, have afternoon tea with their pinkies up. Yeah, you want to be delicate because the bread is so fresh as it should be. You do not want bread that even seems like it's stale. It's got to be fresh bread for these sandwiches to work. So we have that for the chicken salad sandwiches, and then I have the ham and the Swiss that I already have in the fridge. So we're gonna do the same for that. And I did the same thing with this one. I filled it with butter and then I put the ham and the cheese on it. I just felt like ham and cheese, you guys didn't need to see any demonstration of that. So that's why I kind of had that one already set aside. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut these into thirds. And we'll be ready to assemble them onto our tray. Or assemble our tray rather. Yeah, this last one, just in the thirds. Okay. And they're lovely. See how lovely little sandwiches? They're so perfect. They're perfect. So what we're going to do is let's get this out of the way. Relax the salad back there. And let's get this front and center so you can see how we're going to get these assembled. So I'm just going to put like every other one. I'm going to make it like a ham. Yeah, so this is enough so that everyone can have like about 3 sandwiches. I think that's plenty generous. I'll assemble these like so. And actually, you know, I'm going to take, because I don't want, I have a lot of other stuff to get on here, so I don't want these to be take up too much of our room, you know? So we'll stack those like so for now. And we'll keep these aside because I'm going to eat those later. So I've already washed the grapes and some strawberries. I'm going to put those here, and I just sliced them in half lengthwise. Place those on. And what I wanted to do, as I was sharing with you guys, some of the other things that I just think are really cool. Got some red grapes. I'm just going to put all of our fruit on one side. That'll make it easier. I was just thinking that, you know, I did the guide, right, for Mother's Day. And then I got to thinking, you know, sometimes, you know, mom doesn't need any other stuff. So one of the things I did, my first Instagram live, and if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at @Fabuleux_living. And I did my first Instagram live, and one of my followers asked me a question about, hey, what are some, you know, unique gifts you can give mom? And one of the things that I like to say is that you can never give anybody, you know, the perfect gift is a gift of time, because it's something we can never have enough of, right? And for moms, we're always doing something, usually not for ourselves, right? Some shortbread cookies that I got from the bakery at Whole Foods. 2 of them only $1.44. Then I got my favorites from them, checkerboard cookies. 2 of these were only 72 cents. I love how now, they used to have all the tea cookies out and everybody could just grab them themselves. I used to hate that. Ooh, even pre-COVID, I hated that. But now, because of COVID, they are making sure that everything is nice and sanitary. So this makes it so much better. And Whole Foods baked stuff is really good. So your local bakery or whatever, grab some cookies, that'll work. Grab some pastries, which let me go grab while I'm running my mouth. I needed to keep them in the fridge because they needed to stay cold. So we just have a fruit tart. I got a flourless chocolate cake and a key lime tart. But as I was saying, you know, sometimes, you know, time is the best thing you can give someone. So, you know, some of the suggestions that I made earlier that I wanted to share with you guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, is, you know, get a maid service to come in and clean for mom. You know, maybe you decide you want to do it for maybe a few months or something like that. Like, that's a great gift. Anybody want to gift me with that? Knock yourselves out. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. You know, a subscription to like a maid, you know, or just have not a subscription, if it's a one-time thing, but preferably maybe, you know, you have somebody come and clean for mom like 2 times a week or something, or 2 times a month or something like that for the month of May. That would be great, you know, or the month of June, the next month. That's a lovely gift. Maybe it's a new mom or an entrepreneur. You know, your mom is an entrepreneur, the mom in your life is an entrepreneur. Hire a virtual assistant to help her with her business or to help her do things around the house. Virtual assistants do so much. I used to have a virtual assistants business, you know, back in the day, and I did a number of different things for my clients, anywhere from, you know, running errands, or I would go to the DMV and pick up, you know, get their registration renewed, that kind of thing. Things like stand in line, you know, I would actually stand in line for them because that can be a bit much if they were rushing to get to, you know, get home or get to the DMV from work or something. I would stay and make sure that I held their spot in line. They came in, they didn't have to wait, I did all the waiting. Stuff like that, like you can't get back time. So any kind of errands that can be run for them, any kind of personal shopping. I did lots of personal shopping for my clients. So many different things that a VA can do for an individual. For a business, I did everything, all the admin stuff. I did technical writing, so much that person can do. So if the mom in your life is an entrepreneur, maybe she's a new mom, or maybe she's just a mom that just needs a gift of time in general, a VA gift is a great gift. Another thing too is that if mom is not ready, and I understand this, to go to the hair salon or the nail salon or whatever, think about giving mom having a mobile spa, a mobile technician come in that can do spa services for your mom. That is a great gift that she will love because she can still feel pampered, but she can still feel safe in the comfort of her own home. So those are just some of the, you know, ideas that I think are some unique things that you can do for your mom that you may not typically think about. And you may think, oh, I want to give her something that she can actually, you know, have in her hands. Okay, I get that, but if your mom has everything and there's really nothing and you've given her everything, you know, she won't be mad about you giving her, you know, some time. Having a cleaning service come, maybe hiring an organizer to come. Maybe you've been hounding your mom about getting organized about things, or you know, getting rid of some stuff. Hire a professional organizer to do all of that. So you don't even have to do it, and she doesn't have to do it. So there's just so many different things you can do to still gift mom still make it something that's also going to be useful for her too. And you can still always do something tangible with it. You can still send flowers and do the traditional things that you do, because maybe there's some things that your mom would be disappointed about if she didn't receive it. Well, you always send me flowers. I mean, this gift certificate to this, cleaning service is great, but where are my flowers? So maybe you can still do the flowers and then, give her a gift certificate for any of those services that I mentioned. So those are just some ideas. But we're done. We are done. This is our beautiful little spread for Mom. The scones you can easily serve with some jam. I'm gonna put them in a little, little small dish and put some of this jam in, and you can serve it with, in England, in London, you would have this with, your scones, and you would have them with jam and clotted cream. Clotted cream is really hard to find in the States, but you can easily make some whipped cream and not put any sugar in it. And you can use that in place of the clotted cream, and it's really good with the jam and the scone. It's really good. And now let's get to drinking some tea. I think I'm going to give you guys the blackberry. You can knock yourself out with that. I'm going to have the organic peppermint. And this is going to be my dinner tonight. I'm so excited. This will be my own little way of having my own little pre-Mother's Day celebration. So let this brew. I love tea. And we'll go through, like I said, we're going to go through everything for, a proper afternoon tea. But I just kind of thought that this would be something quick to show you guys, to just show you that it doesn't take a lot to do something special for your mom. Let me move all this out of the way so you can really focus on how lovely our little setup is here. But it doesn't take much. She'll be delighted to have the afternoon to spend with you, pull out your china. This happens to be, I think I've mentioned to you guys before, but this happens to be my great aunt's china that I got when she passed away. And I think I said in one video it was like 75 years old. My mother was like, it's not that old, it's maybe like 70. I'm like, okay, it was close. So I think it's like 65, 70 years old. My mother said she remembers it from when she was a little girl. So yeah. And I love, don't be afraid to mix and match when you're doing anything, because sometimes you may not have like all of the accoutrements to make, or accoutrement, if we want to say it properly. But you may not have everything, but it's okay to mix and match. Like this is a very modern dessert stand that I got for $20 at Target. Cute. It's a cute little stand, and it's modern. But then I have some more modern dishes, little plates here that I'm going to serve myself on. And then I mixed it with some of the old and new with my new gold flatware that I showed you guys last week, and then my great aunt's china. So a nice little combo of everything here. But yeah, so many different things you can do for mom that don't take a lot of time, that don't take a lot of money. This is most of all what, I know I want as a mom, and I know what most moms want, is we want to spend time with our children and our families. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So this is a little something you can do. You don't even have to be a cook, or this is all stuff that I picked up from the store, and it comes together very nicely and makes a nice presentation, because we eat with our eyes. It's a nice presentation to just show your mom a little bit of love. So hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you're following me on Instagram. Lots of content on there, lots of fun stuff. So I hope you're following me there. Definitely make sure that you are subscribed to the blog, www.fabulousLiving.com. And that's it for today, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Blessings.